Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's severe weather update. So we have a slight risk of severe weather today across much of southern Missouri, northeast Arkansas, northwestern Tennessee, much of Kentucky, southern central Illinois, southern central Indiana, and southwestern Ohio in the yellow today. And we have a marginal risk in the dark green, covering a large area from Texas through Louisiana, through Arkansas, all the way up into the Ohio Valley, as well as another marginal risk of severe weather across southeastern South Dakota, northeast Nebraska, central northwest Iowa, southwestern Minnesota in the dark green areas today. And looking at today's tornado threat, we're going to have an isolated tornado threat across southeastern Missouri, central southern Illinois, central northwestern and northern Kentucky, central southern Indiana, as well as central southwestern Ohio, where we have a 2% chance of tornadoes touching down within 25 miles of location in this green area today. So make sure you're on guard for an isolated tornado spin up if you live in areas like St. Louis, Evansville, Louisville, Cincinnati, Columbus, and Indianapolis today. Looking at today's damaging wind threat, we have a 15% chance of damaging straight line winds of 58 miles per hour stronger within 25 miles of location across much of the Tennessee Valley in this yellow area. So make sure you're watching out for scattered damaging wind gusts if you live in this yellow area today. We have a 5% damaging wind risk in the brown area today, extending from Texas all the way through the Arklatex into the Ohio Valley. Make sure you're watching out for isolated damaging wind gusts if you live in the brown area today. And looking at today's large hail threat, we have a significant hail threat across southern Missouri, southern Illinois, and western Kentucky, where a 15% hatched risk for hail has been issued by the Storm Prediction Center. So if you live in areas like Springfield, St. Louis, make sure you're parking your cars in the garage today, as we could be seeing hailstones of golf ball, baseball, softball, and tennis ball size today. Um, we have a 15% chance of quarter-size hail or larger within 25 miles of location in the unhatched yellow area, extending into much of Kentucky, Indiana, and southwestern Ohio, and a 5% hail risk in the brown areas today. Timing out the storms, we're going to start to see our storms develop around 5 o'clock Central Daylight Time this afternoon in the form of some large hail producing supercells near the Kansas-Missouri border, as well as around St. Louis and southern Illinois. When they develop, this is going to be producing likely very large hail, anywhere from golf ball, maybe tennis ball, baseball size, going into 6 o'clock. The storm coverage is going to increase across southern Missouri and especially southern Illinois. And then as we go into 7 o'clock, the storms are going to start to become a line. As they move into Kentucky, we still could be seeing very large hail being produced from these storms as they push southward towards the boot heel of Missouri into areas like Louisville and Evansville, going into 9 o'clock this evening. We could be seeing damaging wind gusts pushing into central Kentucky as well as the southeastern Missouri. And then as we go into the overnight, these storms are going to lose steam around 10 to 11 o'clock as they approach northern Tennessee and northern Arkansas. But we could see a revamping in the overnight hours across Tennessee. So make sure you're on guard for some damaging winds in the overnight hours if you live across Tennessee tonight. And looking at today's flooding threat, we have a slight risk of excessive flooding rainfall across southeastern Missouri, southern Illinois, southwest Indiana, northwestern Kentucky, as we could be seeing rain training over the same areas today, with a very large marginal risk covering most of the Ohio, Tennessee Valley, Midwest, even into portions of the Great Lakes, parts of the Deep South, and central southern Texas. So make sure you're on guard for some isolated, scattered flash flooding if you live especially in the yellow and to a lesser extent in the green areas. Make sure you turn around, don't drown if you encounter some flooded roadways. Thanks for watching today's severe weather update. Make sure you're preparing for isolated to scattered severe weather if you live in the marginal and slight risk areas today. Thanks for watching today's severe weather update. Stay safe, have a wonderful day, my friends.